Hello. I don't know what the sound quality is like. It's a bit windy. I'll wait until a couple more of you have joined. Hopefully it's not too early in the morning for people to be watching a live stream video. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me fine, and hopefully it's not too juddery or what have you. So oh, we've got one person watching. Hopefully you can hear me, and like I say, hopefully the video quality isn't too bad. Obviously I'm doing this on my phone, and what we're going to talk about today is, it's a little bit off topic of trucking, but you can put it into practice. Basically, I've noticed while being at home, obviously with all this lockdown that's going on, there's a lot of people out cleaning the cars and you know, making the car look nice, which is, it's, you know, fair enough. Why not? We've got beautiful sunshine. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me, James and Paul. Yeah, obviously lovely weather. We're coming round to that time of year again where it's starting to get nice. So I thought I'd give a few tips, tricks, pointers on getting your vehicle to, thank you very much, getting your vehicle to look nice and shiny. Now, obviously, because I've not got all my camera equipment with me this week, because, you know, like an idiot, I forgot it. So we're doing it with the phone, and obviously I needed somewhere to stick the phone. So we're talking about the back of the cab today. Basically, I'm predominantly today going to talk about the finish of getting the shine on the vehicle. So what you need to do, steps basically, is get your vehicle and wash it. So with a pressure washer, hose pipe, anything like that, get rid of the loose dirt first, then put some soap on it. I tend to use like a snow foam and let it sit for a bit and remove a lot of the dirt, and then I'll pressure wash that off again. And then if needs be, I'll use like a bucket with some soapy water and wash mitt, stuff like that. If all you're after is washing your vehicle, you are fine to use Fairy Liquid, that sort of stuff. I tend to be staying away from Fairy Liquid, because when I use the next lot of products that I'm going to talk about, Fairy Liquid is a degreaser. Obviously, as you're probably aware, it's designed for cleaning greasy kitchen pans and stuff like that, so it will strip any products off the vehicle's paintwork that you put on. So I'll use proper car shampoo. They're all pretty much the same. You can pay anything from £3 up to £30 for a tub of it. You know, it just depends what sort of money you want to spend. So let's say you've washed your vehicle, you've got it nice and clean. If you properly want to go to town on it, you can do what's called clay barring, and that's not just dig some clay up from your back garden and start rubbing it on your vehicle. You can get a proper special clay bar, and then you spray it on, and basically it will remove any final contaminants off the vehicle itself. Then you want to actually look at your paint and see what standard it is. Now, this is where the confusion comes in. A lot of people seem to think that it's polish that makes your vehicle shiny. Well, let me tell just a quick breakdown about polish. Polish is an actual it's got like particles in it that are aggressive. It's a very mild aggressive substance, and it will remove bits of your clear coat, which is like the top layer of your paint. You can go more aggressive, so you can get cutting compounds, stuff like that. But polish has got an abrasive, that's the word I was looking for, it has got an abrasive substance in it. So polish doesn't get you the shine. Polish will give you a nice smooth surface to work with, so it will remove any of your swirl marks or very light scratches. If you've got slightly heavier scratches or heavier swirl marks, you probably want to start with cutting compound and then polish over the top of it. So basically what we're looking at today is the back of the cab. Now, the back of this cab, it's got a couple of stone chips on it, it's got a few scuffs and scrapes down the bottom near the airlines, obviously where people have caught it. But I'm not too fussed about polishing the back of the cab. But let's say I was. The product I use when I'm polishing is made by a company called White Diamond, and this is the black pearl polish that I use. There's loads of different sorts of polish out there. Once again, it's how much you want to spend on the product. So you can go to Halfords and you can pick up a tub of like a pot of polish for, I don't know, £3-4, or you can go and spend £20 on polish. It's entirely up to you how much you want to spend on it. They all roughly do the same, they work slightly different. So I prefer this one because it is a darker colour polish. So if you get it like in any of the nooks and crannies, it doesn't leave that white residue behind that you find a lot of polish does. This is the one I use. So what we're actually going to do today is I'm going to wax the back of the cab. Now, it was washed yesterday, but obviously I've drove through the night, so it's got like fine dusty area on it. So all I'm going to use is a quick detailing spray just to remove any of that dirt that's left on it. Once again, this is made by White Diamond. I'm not sponsored by them. The video is not sponsored by them. You can get this or any quick detailing spray. So I'll just give it a quick wipe off, and then obviously I'll be good to move on to the wax. So I'm going to good morning everybody, good morning. Obviously just going to give it a quick wipe off, so just a quick spray, and then because obviously I don't want to put any more swirls or scratches in it, I'm putting hardly any pressure on the cloth. And if you noticed, I'm doing everything in straight lines, so I'm not doing circular motion, because obviously this is picking up the dirt on the cloth. Now if you do circular motion, you will start putting scratches back in it. So just nice straight where possible. You can go diagonal. Oh, make sure we're in camera shot all time, sorry. You can go straight, you can go diagonal, you go left to right, up to down, up to down, up down, whichever way you want to go. Basically you're just removing any of that loose debris that's on. So it's fine dust, you know, anything like that. That's what basically all I'm removing. It's not cleaning it, it's just removing any of this dust and dirt, light soil dust and dirt. Like obviously if you've just driven through a muddy field, you won't want to be using this. Good morning everybody that is saying morning, I'm not ignoring you. So like I say, we're just removing any of the light dust, no heavy mud, anything like that. We'll just do that bit. So that's that bit done, for example. So obviously from looking at the camera, I'd say that looks quite shiny as it is. However, that's not got any protective layer on it whatsoever. So at the moment, well, it'll have a small bit because that quick detailing spray's got slight hydrophobic capabilities. For those of you that don't know, hydrophobic is water repellent, stuff like that. So when you get the beading, stuff like that. But it's not really got any form of protection on that at the moment. That is just factory standard paint, exactly how it is. So this is where the waxing bit comes in. Now, the wax I use is a product from a company called Wax Planet. Now if you actually look in the description, I've put their website address for you in the description. So if any of you are interested in getting some of these wax products, you can go on that website. Tony is the guy that runs it. He hand pours these in the UK. They are really good. He does lots of different ones. This one I'm pretty certain is a show wax, and it smells beautiful. They've all got different smells. I've got one at home that smells like Creed, the aftershave. I've got one that smells like bubblegum. He does lots of different smells, lots of different types of waxes, hybrid waxes, stuff like that. He's got loads on his website, and if you're not sure which one would probably work best for you, drop him a message. He is extremely helpful, and he will sort out what he can for you. Once again, I'm not sponsored by these guys. It's not a promotion or anything like that. It's just the product I use. You can get any sort of wax though, you know, you can get spray-on waxers. So if you're not into doing what this is, a hard paste wax, if you're not into going through all the steps that I'm about to go through, but you still want to put wax on, you can get a spray-on wax, where basically you spray it on, wipe it off, wipe it around, and then once it's dried, just quickly buff it up. It's pretty much the same, it's just a little bit quicker. You can get liquid waxes, which they're like polish and stuff like that. You squirt them out, and Meguiar's do a liquid wax, which is pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap, and it is also quite good. I quite often use Meguiar's liquid wax if I want to apply wax. Not a problem, see you later. Quite often use a liquid wax if I'm applying it, like I want to do it quick, so I'm applying it by a machine polisher. I'll use a liquid wax just because it goes on easier. But today we're using this paste wax because lovely sunny day. I've got all the time in the world at the moment today. I'm finished for the day, parked up, so and I love the smell of it, and I haven't got a machine polisher with me. I've got no power, so looks like we're doing it the good old-fashioned way. So for applying my wax, I use this little wax pad. Yes, as you can tell, it's not the cleanest. I have been applying wax on the side of the vehicle that you're currently stuck to. This, once again, this little applicator pad comes from the company, and as you know, I'm going to give it a little twist, and I'm just going to get a small amount of wax on it. Now hopefully you guys will be able to see it going on, and I don't think you can, but what I'll do is I'll apply some to this area, and I will move the camera so you can see what I'm seeing when I apply it. So I've got some on. 2 seconds and we'll bring you in. I do apologise, it might get a little bit jumpy. No, rotate the camera. Come on, phone. Okay. See if you can see it going on. It kind of, I mean, I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, because obviously for me I've got the sun glaring on the screen, but it's basically going slightly hazy when I'm putting it on. So I'm not putting any pressure, I'm not pushing on, I'm just holding the pad on. You can see it a bit, so you see how it's leaving slightly hazy residue. That's all we're doing, just very small pressure, just so it leaves this slightly hazy residue behind on the wagon itself or your vehicle. And let's see, because like I say, I have already applied it on the side of the wagon. So there, you can see it there. So you see how it's got all these hazy swirl marks. Basically that's what I'm doing, just leaving the wax like that nicely on the wagon. So just climb back up here, and we'll clip you back in. Sorry, this isn't very professional. Hopefully you stay on, because last time I done that you dropped off. Right, so we'll just apply a bit more. So now you've seen, basically all I'm doing is just putting tiny little amount of wax on. There's no pressure, not applying any pressure, just lightly applying it. Don't want to overclog. I don't want to overclog the pad, so I don't want to put too much on. Otherwise I'll be waiting for ages for it to actually go off and cure. So I'll just speed myself up a bit, apply it a bit quicker. Like I say, doing paste wax isn't the quickest way. So you know, this isn't everybody's sort of what's the word? It's not everybody's. It's going to bug me now until I get the word. It's not everybody's cup of tea, basically, applying a liquid paste wax. You're polishing in the wrong weather conditions. Yes, I know polishing in the sun isn't ideal. It's not recommended, let's put it that way, because obviously the product's going off quicker than you can put it on and deal with it. However, with this wax, I've actually found that if the panels are slightly warm, the wax goes on a little bit easier. It makes it easier to work with. Like I say, it's probably not the right way, and probably not ideal, but I just seem to have found that with this wax it goes on a little bit easier when the panels are slightly warm. But yes, I agree, if it was if I was applying polish, I wouldn't want to be doing it in the sun. The white diamond polish that I've got though isn't too bad, because you have to wet your pad before you put it on, so I found it's not actually setting the polish before you've had a chance to work it in. But yes, I completely agree. Ideal situations, you want to work on not a damp day, because that's not helpful. You don't bloody trains. You also don't want to work on a real like indirect sunlight, so you're probably better off doing it in a shaded area where the temperature's decent temperature, like today. You know, I've got t-shirt and I've got shorts on, but I'm not stood here dripping with sweat, so the temperature's fine, but obviously in the sunshine isn't. But it's not really that obvious. It is a little bit obvious, as you can see the sun's over there and it's not actually touching this panel, so the panel's not hot. But let's just quickly finish the area that we cleaned up, ready for it. Okay, yeah, pretty much covered all of it. So obviously the wax is applied, just put the lid on. Wax is on and it's applied, so now you basically need to leave the wax to cure, because if you go taking that off straight away, like with your cloth, it's pointless. You might as well have just thrown this in the bin, because the product I've just put on there will just come straight back off. There's a test that you can do that's called like the finger swipe test, and basically it's where you want to wipe your finger across it lightly, and it should remove the haziness easily on your finger without feeling like dragging on your finger as you're doing it, if that makes sense. But it doesn't want to remove too easily, otherwise it's not cured yet. So it's a bit of a hit and miss area really, whether you can get it right or not. Obviously if you do this professionally or you're big into your detailing, you will know when it's right and when it's not. Unfortunately for us novices, so like myself, it's pretty much a guessing game as to when the wax is ready to be removed. But what I basically judge by is that area that I've put it on there. It's not in direct sunlight. If I leave that for 5-10 minutes, it's probably going to be about right, ready to come off. Maybe a bit longer. If it was colder, I would give it longer. It just depends really on the temperature and allowing the wax to cure. So like I'm dragging it across with my finger and it is coming off, so but it's still leaving it a little bit streaky as I'm dragging my finger across it, so therefore that's not ready to be removed. However, the stuff I've done on the other side probably most definitely is. Removing the wax is actually dead simple. You don't need to be taught how to do this. You're basically going to take a nice clean microfiber towel and not much pressure. If you're having to push right into the vehicle to remove it, the wax isn't ready to be removed yet because it's still tacky. If you can just glide across nicely and it's removing it, then it's ready to come off. And basically same again, you're just going to do straight lines and remove it. You can do backwards and forwards, up and down, stuff like that, basically buff polishing it. But you don't want to be having to do circles, because circular motion is when you get the swirl marks in a vehicle that people are on about, and that's when the sun hits it and it looks like a spider web pattern in your paint. That's swirl marks. Swirl marks ain't good, especially if you've just say spent a couple of hours washing it, polishing it, putting the wax on it, and then you go put swirl marks in it. It's no good. You don't really want to be doing wax if you're in a dusty environment as well. So if I was at Fowler Welsh Tenham, I wouldn't be waxing my vehicle now because it's quite dusty there when it's dry like this, and the wind today will be kicking the dust up and it'll be sticking to that wax. So as soon as I go to take it off, it'll be scratching that dust into the paint and putting very fine scratch marks in the paint. So you're just defeating the object of what you've done. So let's say your paint's dried up. Your paint should well and truly be dry when you've bought the vehicle. The wax has dried up, so you remove the wax, you get it looking nice and shiny, and then it's just a case of looking after and maintaining that wax. So obviously washing the vehicle, you know, I'd say once a week, maybe once every other week, and you know, don't wash it with Fairy Liquid. Now I've put wax on. If I was to wash this with Fairy Liquid, oh, that's not good. That's really not good, James. I'm sorry to hear that. Whoever it is, it's disgraceful. But yeah, you just want to protect it. So don't wash it with Fairy Liquid because that'll remove the wax. Wash it with proper soap, car shampoo, stuff like that, and just maintain it. And your wax should last for three months, you know, as long as you're not putting anything aggressive on it or stuff like that. It should last for quite a while and protect your vehicle. So that's pretty much me talking about the shine on a vehicle. Now obviously, like I say, I'm no professional, I'm no expert. It might not be the right way to do it. It's the way I do it, the way I've found that works for me. Obviously other people will do it slightly different, you know, they may have their own opinions on it, but hopefully it's just giving you guys a little bit of you know, something to watch. You're stuck in at home, most of you, so you know it's probably boring. Oh, I've got fifth wheel grease on myself. It's probably boring, so yeah, hopefully you found it enjoyable. Hopefully some of you may have learnt something and may want to give it a go on your vehicle while you're at home. You know, it'll get you outside, and as long as your vehicle's near your property, you can't really get told off for doing it. Don't be going down to a car wash to go use that, you know, because that's unnecessary travel. But hopefully you all stay safe. Hopefully you've all all your family are safe and you're all doing well. And I will hopefully, if I remember, next week bring my cameras and I'll get a proper vlog recorded for you. But this was just a little something to hopefully keep you occupied. Yeah, I agree, James. You know, I really feel bad for you. I can't believe somebody's actually slagged your dad off, your stepfather off. But it's your choice, pal. You know, if you want to unsubscribe from us vloggers, that's entirely your choice, and I completely understand why you would want to. But I will be sad to see you go. Obviously, I'm never happy to lose a subscriber because I do this for you guys. But hopefully, you all stay safe during this virus, and you're keeping yourselves occupied and not going insane locked in your house. I know how you feel, because I'm spending a lot of my time locked in this cab. But keep chins up, everybody. Keep isolating as much as you can. We will get through this, and before you know it, we'll all be allowed back out into the wide world. And of course, British weather, it'll rain as soon as that's happened. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye for now.